Welcome to Mampara of the Day. Today's Mampara of the Day is none other than the brand new public protector, Busizwe Makobane. And what has our brand new public protector done? Well, her first public protector report is due out in just a couple of days, but an advance copy has been leaked to the media ahead of time. And bearing in mind that this advanced copy of her first public protector report is before the accused party has even had the opportunity of making their defense submissions to the public protector, and she's already written up a report condemning the accused party into needing to pay a fine of 2.5 billion rand. Oh, sorry, 2.25 billion rand. My humble apologies. So, who is this affected party? The affected party is none other than ABSA Bank. If you can recall way back, ABSA Bank used to be the preceding ABSA Bank was a organization called Bancorp, which owned Volkskas Bank. And back in 1985, when economic sanctions were leveled against the apartheid regime, Bancorp hit an immense wobbly as the South Africa's largest bank, and as a result, the Bancorp needed a bailout from government in order to be able to keep Bancorp solvent, to keep Bancorp alive, and effectively keep the entire banking sector of South Africa alive. And that bailout was in the form of a loan, and that loan was repaid by ABSA Bank in October 1995, in terms of the original agreement. So what happened was the loan was made to Bancorp. Bancorp sold the banking business to ABSA, so that loan went along to ABSA, and ABSA subsequently repaid the loan in October of 1995. But Busizwe Makobane says that this loan that was made to Bancorp in 1985 was done completely illegally, and as a result ABSA are required to pay a fine of 2.25 billion. And Makobane states that this illegal transaction is illegal because of two things. Firstly, the act of granting a loan to a private entity like ABSA is in contravention of the Public Finance Management Act. Now, bearing in mind this loan was made in 1985, the Public Finance Management Act was signed into law in 2012. It wasn't in existence in 1985. But let's give Busizwe the benefit of the doubt here and say, okay, well, maybe there was a previous act, and indeed there was. Before the 2012 Public Finance Management Act, there was an act that preceded that, and that was the Public Finance Management Act of 1999. We're still talking about 14 years after the transaction took place that the Public Finance Management Act of 1999 came into law. So therefore that law wasn't there when the loan was made. And the second item that Busizwe says that the transaction was in contravention of was that that this transaction was in contravention of the Constitution of South Africa. And she's referring to the new 1994 Constitution post-democracy. Again, we're talking about a constitution that was drawn up 9 years after the transaction took place. And bearing in mind that the laws enabling that transaction to take place were put together by the nationalist government. And the laws are put together by the nationalist government in order to be able to save South Africa's banking sector at the time. And by the time the new democratic South Africa came into being, the processes were well underway for those loans to be repaid, and they were all repaid by October 1995. So therefore, as was concluded by a judicial commission of inquiry headed by Judge Dennis Davis, there is no remedial action needed from ABSA's side, because they paid back their loans as they were instructed to do in terms of the loan agreements, and instructed to do in terms of the changing of the guard within the South African Reserve Bank, as happened post 1994. So therefore, all that it leaves us to see is exactly where the targets of the new public protector Busizwe Makabane's investigations are going to be heading. Instead of investigating corruption within government, which is what she's supposed to be doing, it is clear that she has a whole and completely different agenda altogether. That's my take on the matter personally. Post your comments, questions, criticisms in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and share this video. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button that you can see down there. And last but by no means least, until the two of us meet again, try not to get yourselves lost or killed, and I'll see you tomorrow.